What if I told you that over 500 million people live with a condition that's quietly damaging their bodies? And nearly half of them don't even know it. According to new global research published in April 2025 by International Diabetes Federation, 3.4 million people died from diabetes in just 2024, and the danger is only growing. 589 million adults, that is 1 in 9 adults, aged 20 to 79, are currently living with diabetes worldwide, and that number may rise to 853 million by 2050. 1 in 5 live births are affected by diabetes in pregnancy. 3 in 4 people with diabetes live in low- and middle-income countries, where proper treatment is often out of reach. 4 in 10 adults, aged 20 to 79, are unaware that they have diabetes. Top 5 countries affected by diabetes include China, India, USA, Pakistan, Indonesia. Mission. The purpose of this video is to improve the lives of people living with diabetes and prevent diabetes in those at risk. In this video, we'll uncover what diabetes, the silent killer, really is, who's most at risk, and how latest medical breakthroughs offer new hope for prevention and treatment. What is diabetes? Before we dive into what diabetes is, it's important to first understand insulin, because without knowing what insulin does, it's hard to understand what goes wrong in diabetes. Insulin is a hormone made by the pancreas. It helps move glucose, that is, sugar, from the blood into the body's cells, where it's used for energy. Think of insulin as a key. When the body can't make enough of it, or when the key doesn't fit the lock properly, glucose stays in the blood. This leads to high blood sugar levels. Now, what exactly is diabetes? Diabetes is a chronic, long-lasting condition where the body can't properly regulate blood sugar. It happens because the body either doesn't produce enough insulin or any insulin, or can't use insulin effectively. The first condition is known as type 1 diabetes, while the second one is known as type 2 diabetes that accounts for over 90% of all diabetes cases. In addition to these two types, there is another form called gestational diabetes, sometimes referred to as GDM, that occurs during pregnancy. Women with gestational diabetes can still have a healthy baby, but proper management is essential to reduce the risk of complications during pregnancy. While gestational diabetes does not cause a baby to be born with diabetes, it may increase the risk of the child developing type 2 diabetes later in life. Causes and risk factors. The exact cause of type 1 diabetes is still unknown. However, it is believed to be caused by one or more factors. Possibly genetics, exposure to viruses, or other environmental triggers. In type 1 diabetes, the body's immune system mistakenly attacks and destroys the insulin-producing beta cells in the pancreas. Type 2 diabetes is mostly driven by lifestyle and environment. Major risk factors include overweight and obesity, poor diet, physical inactivity, aging, family history, chronic stress, tobacco smoking. Symptoms of diabetes. Diabetes often goes unnoticed until serious damage is done. Watch for these symptoms: frequent urination, excessive thirst, lack of energy or fatigue, blurred vision, constant hunger, slow healing wounds, weight loss without trying, tingling in hands or feet. Diagnosis. Diabetes can be diagnosed through Fasting blood glucose test. Hemoglobin A1C test. Oral glucose tolerance test. Consequences. Left untreated, diabetes doesn't just affect blood sugar, it attacks nearly every part of the body. Heart attack, stroke, heart failure, kidney failure, nerve damage, eye diseases, resulting in loss of vision and even blindness, dementia, amputation of limbs, diabetic ketoacidosis, DKA. Prevention. 90% of diabetes cases fall under type 2 category. And good news is that it can be delayed, or even reversed with better lifestyle choices. Eat a balanced diet, avoid sugary, fried and processed foods. Exercise regularly, 3 to 5 days a week, for a minimum of 30 to 45 minutes. Lose just 10 to 15% of body weight, it can even reverse diabetes. Giving up smoking. Get regular checkups. Treatment and breakthroughs. There's no cure for diabetes, yet. But it's manageable. Type 1 requires daily insulin. Type 2 is managed through diet, activity, and medication. But 2025 is a turning point with new medical breakthroughs. Continuous Glucose Monitor, CGM. This device tracks sugar levels in real time and sends data to a receiver, smartphone, or smartwatch. Insulin Patch Pump. This device delivers insulin through the skin, without using traditional injections. That means no more daily needles. Automated Insulin Delivery, AID, also called an artificial pancreas. A system that combines a CGM and an insulin pump with a smart algorithm to automatically adjust insulin delivery. Dual GIP and GLP-1 receptor agonists. A new class of medications that represent a breakthrough therapy for type 2 diabetes, T2D, and may have future potential for obesity. Tirzepatide is an example of dual GIP and GLP-1 receptor agonist, approved by FDA in May 2022. Stem cell islet therapy. Restoring natural insulin production by replacing damaged or destroyed pancreatic beta cells using stem cells. Zimislecel is the latest medication developed by Vertex Pharmaceuticals, has completed full dosing and enrollment for the pivotal Phase 3 trial and waiting regulatory approval by 2026 if results remain positive. Source: American Diabetes Association 85th Scientific Sessions. T1D delay therapy. This treatment delays progression of type 1 diabetes, T1D, from stage 2 to stage 3. FDA-approved medication for this purpose is Teplizumab. Source: National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Remember, diabetes is serious, but not unbeatable. With early detection, smart habits, and access to care, millions of lives can be saved. So whether you live with diabetes or are at risk, eat well. Exercise daily. Manage stress. Maintain a healthy weight. Get screened regularly. Share this video to help someone you care about. The more we know, the better we fight. And yes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting and up-to-date documentaries. Stay informed. Stay healthy.